We just finished watching season 4 opener of Spotlight, and I have two guests right here with me. Erin, which is our social media controller, I guess, and she does backstage interviews. And Lawson, Jonathan Lawson, he was the host last year, which we upgraded a little bit, and I became host. Um, he used to be
If you want to call that an upgrade. We did upgrade the furniture. That's about all we're upgraded.
Stay on this.
he was our GA last year. So a lot of surprises tonight. A lot of surprises with the judges coming out. We upgraded our judges a little, I think. Ben, the new host, thought he did very well. Lawson, what did you think of the host?
It was not my idea last year to suggest Ben. I don't know whose idea that it was, but I thought it was a great idea. And I think Cameron Smoke is taking credit for that. But I think he did an absolute terrific job. Couldn't have been better.
Aaron?
I agree. I was kind of worried at first because
He's a little quirky.
he's goofy, so it could
In a
either
good
went,
way.
yeah, it could have either flourished or kind of went awful. But he did great, and I think it's going to be a good season.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do a terrific job.
Yeah.
I really think at first, when Lisa told me that Ben Call was going to be the host, I was like, is it going to be the same as last year with too much talking on stage, or what's going to happen? But I thought he controlled it very well.
He was on the I had him on the after show last year, and he was in a very good way again. But he was just so quirky.
His
And I think we
outfits.
found that with that. What was the joke that he made tonight? That it was so bizarre I can't even remember it.
It
But
was
it,
the Steve Harvey joke.
yes.
I was like, I didn't know how to respond to that.
I'm not going to lie, I laughed just so we could have a little laughter in the
Yeah.
audience. It was, the judges, what do y'all think? Aaron?
Yeah, we definitely got some new ones, and I think with Jordan Carmack and the new music professor Victor, I think that'll add a lot more musicality kind of to it because they have two different personalities and styles. So I definitely think that can help like with the critiques and stuff. And of course, there's always Dickman who's been around for a while.
Well, I even wrote down with Victor, he looks into the musical aspect of it really, really deep into it.
I watched the auditions today because I'm on snow days from work, so I didn't have anything else to do. I think he maybe could chill out just a little bit. I know that he's kind of new here.
Yeah.
The stuff that he says is very true, but everybody in our competition, they are not music majors. So I think maybe he could relax just a little bit.
Yeah, and the thing about it was, he had a point where he was picking on them for their musical talent, but then near the end, he kind of eased off on it, and I was like, are we dealing with a bipolar judge over there, or?
One thing that I'm glad about, because last year we only had 2 permanent judges and then we switched in the third every week. I truly believe that if we had had 3 full-time hosts, judges last year, that Ben Call would have placed. I truly believe that because he had a disconnect with the 2 judges that we had. And when we had guest judges, they just kind of went along with the other 2. So I really think that 3 judges is the way to go.
The guest judge tonight, she was amazing. I liked her. It was all good. Dr. Dickman, I think he kind of took the mean role that Megan kind of had last year. Aaron?
I agree. I think, there's always going to be the judge that's the Simon, I guess you would say, of the group. And for him, I think tonight he was a little bit more harsh when people came on stage, kind of like Megan was last year. So I don't know if he's trying to fill her shoes and be the more harsh judge, or it just came off that way, or what.
Yeah.
I think they're really just trying to get a read on each other. Because I think they're like, well, if the other 2 are going to be mean, I'm going to be nice. I don't think I could pinpoint a Simon, if you will.
Good point. Now what about the people that made it through? There was a couple of ones that made it through that I don't know really had a great performance.
I'm just going to say this, and Lisa Bartram is probably going to punch me in the face after. I think really all that you needed to do to get through to the top 12 this year was to be male. Because they took every single male, did they not? Is there anybody that they left out?
No.
And there are some that probably should have been left out.
There he is. One that I was wanting to talk about here, the Slade and Nick, they sang Wagon Wheel. Crowd loved it. Nick forgot the words. It kind of, I thought that it hurt him. And honestly, we were all sitting up there and we thought maybe he won't make it through, even though we all think he has a decent voice. Aaron?
Yeah, actually, I didn't even get to hear all the performance because I had to do an interview right before. But what I heard him tell, I was like, I think they sounded pretty well together. But then again, I knew he was struggling with the words because he had mentioned it beforehand that he kind of didn't know all the words. So I could see that hurting him. But apparently, like Jonathan said, all he kind of had to do was be male to make through. But
Yeah, because I mean, you could tell that he sang very well, but I would have totally left him out.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Kelsey and Seth kind of surprised me.
I also
Kelsey-
would have left both of them out.
Yeah, Kelsey was. I don't think he had a bad voice, but I think it was the song wasn't right for him. Lawson?
I think, and I probably have said this probably 20 times, I think that praise and worship music is not what you want to pick when you're doing Spotlight. Usually it does not resonate well. I think that Kelsley was able to kind of relate it to the audience just because he was moving around. Almost went into an interpretive dance, which I thought was a little strange. I just was not a fan of the whole performance.
He did move around stage though.
Kelsley was very likable though. I'm sure he's very fun.
He kind of moving around stage and doing a
And
little
genuine.
dance.
It came off very genuine. I'll say that as well.
He kind of reminded me of DeVoe's performances. I think later on when he moves to his style of music, because I don't think that was a good pick for him. Aaron, who was your favorite performance?
Okay, well, hands down. Oh, I don't want to sound biased because I mean everybody had their moment, but I think
Did everybody really?
I'm trying to be nice. You know, I'm the nice one here. I'm good. Cup your back off. No, I think I speak for everyone in the Gatliff that Nikki and Maya, in their version of "Like I'm Gonna Lose You," slayed the entire night.
Yes,
Like even
absolutely.
I did the backstage interview, and the first question I said was, "Why are you here not on The Voice?" So I was like, "You blew everyone away in that chapel."
Yeah.
So they were my top pick of the night.
Yeah, and I would totally have to agree.
Okay, Mr. Bad Cop over there. What was the worst performance that you thought?
You know, there's just something about Spotlight and Taylor Swift
There he is.
that just does not. And we have a friend who I will not mention will be glad that she may be knocked out of the top spot for singing the worst Taylor Swift song.
Yeah.
Because that whole thing was just awkward and hard to watch. Now, I know that one of them had said in her audition that she had never sang in front of anybody before. So,
Yeah.
I do feel a little bit bad saying that, but it just was not good. But Taylor Swift can't even really sing those Taylor Swift songs.
That's
Very true.
Very true.
Talking about awkward, the performance with Sarah sitting in Joey's lap. What was that about?
Yeah,
What?
I felt that.
I was sitting there and I looked over and I was like, are they a thing? Are they not a thing?
And
Like,
Jordan Carmack hit the nail on the head when she said, "Everybody wants to know, was that real?"
I'll say this because I did their interview. I did a pre-interview to show as like a teaser before Spotlight. If they're both single, they need to be dating. Like I'm gonna play matchmaker right now. Switch numbers, swap numbers. You know, go on a few dates.
Well, and
they,
then
they were.
a couple of the judges said that it really got their attention. I thought so much weird stuff was going on that I couldn't even remember how they sang. Like there was so much that I was just like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, it kind of took away from their actual
Yeah.
voice, and I was thinking, let's tone this down and try singing a little better with it.
But I am glad because Joey is somebody last year that I wanted to go through. So I am glad that he did make it through into the top 12. I don't know how much further he'll go, but I am glad that he made it through.
Lawson, who's the biggest shocker that didn't make it through that you could have swore was going through?
Oh
I know
gosh,
this is a
I
tough
don't know.
Oh, I gotta look.
Come back to me because I don't have. There are people that on a personal level, it's always, because we're such a small campus,
We are.
Yeah.
to not see Hannah Foster go through, because she's a former cab member, and I thought maybe she kind of deserved to go through over a couple of the boys. Am I wrong on that?
I will agree.
No.
I understand.
Do you think it was the judges were thinking, let's mix the group up a little bit, or
I think maybe they just wanted to keep it balanced, which I gotta assume that they're just thinking ahead for the whole season, which makes sense, but that didn't make it necessarily fair. I don't think anybody's surprised that nobody from the Beyonce trio made it through. I don't think that went very well.
No, at one point I thought they were trying to talk over, sing over each other, and
Yeah.
it was kind of bad. Aaron?
Yeah, there was hit and misses on that. I mean, not that any of them have a bad voice. I just think
Yeah.
it's harder to work enough as it is as a duet, but putting somebody
they
in a
were,
trio.
They
just
were
makes
coming
it-
in at a disadvantage.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. And maybe the song choice coming into Beyonce. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. But the Rachel and Trey thing was also kind of a shock to me because it kind of turned into the Trey show at a part. And I mean, Rachel has a great voice, not that Trey doesn't, but I feel like she could have definitely sang more and had a bigger shot at making it through.
Well, the thing with Trey is it's his second time coming through.
Mhm.
He's already been in the performance once. He kind of knows how everything goes. But at the same time, he did kind of steal the show from her. You heard Trey over everyone else, or over her, and it was him knowing how it works. He should have kind of helped her out. I would
Yeah.
think. Well,
I think that Trey is kind of in a tough spot because last year, when the whole season, we were like, in the top three is going to be Sarah Jo Hampton and who.
Mhm.
So if we follow that precedent, then it would be Trey Bryan and who because he placed last year. But it will surprise me if Trey places this year. I think we're on a clean slate, and I think that's kind of a tough place to be in if you're Trey. And I could be wrong. Sure, he hopes I'm wrong.
especially being your second time through, because yes, we have new judges, and the thing about it is they might have a different opinion than the last judges.
Yeah.
But Dickman's still there. Dr. Dickman is still there, and he knows Trey's voice. And I think with the new judges, it might help him out a little to get him farther, but I don't know how that'll work out.
Well, and they kind of already went rogue a little bit, if you want to call it that. Not to compare anybody to Sarah Palin, because I would never want to do that. But, I'm kind of embarrassed I even used that name on camera. But Tim Smith auditioned and did not make it for like the
Oh, yeah.
third or fourth year in a row, which was a surprise to everybody, but very fair when you look at the audition. So I don't think that they are looking to repeat anything at all, which is going to make it a fresh, hopefully more fun competition.
Yeah.
Tonight was very depressing though as a whole. It was a
Yeah.
very sad night, so I
It was
hope
a
that
very
this is not a
slow.
clue for what's to come.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll pick a little faster.
Yeah, I would
songs
definitely
next
like to
time.
see people use more tracks in the future to move around. Because
Yeah.
if you're just standing there like this the whole night, it's gonna get boring. People are gonna lose interest, and you're gonna lose them. So.
Guys, that's about all the time we have. I'm sorry. We will be here next time, February 9th. The theme is Soundtrack Night. And come watch us again. Thank you.